frat house. It is very, very cold here today. I want to show you two things actually. First, I just wanted to show you how I'm using the DIYFish Midori Traveler's Notebook inserts that are the LM-Hyperdex DO1P page. I just changed a couple of tiny things, and a couple people had asked if I was using them the same as I used to. In essence, yes, but a couple tiny tweaks. And then the second thing was, if you are interested in the LM-Hyperdex and you either do your own pages, or if you do like a bullet journal running style thing, anything you might occasionally want to add a hyperdex to, or if you want to add it every day without having the pre-printed inserts, Fish and Marianne Mall, who collaborated to do the LM-Hyperdex, have made stamps available. I have them here. They're in two sizes, so that I'm getting used to the new camera, guys. I'm getting used to the new camera and tripod, and I have a cold, so bear with me. That is the large, and it's very glary by the big window here. That's the large one, and this comes out to be the same size as what's on my pages, so you'll be able to see that. And then this is the smaller one. Isn't that cute? So, you know, if you're working in a smaller notebook, if you don't need that big of a hyperdex, I like the larger one, just me personally, because I keep everybody's stuff on there. So having the extra space is nice. These three I'm going to give away. So if you go to the corresponding blog post for this video, and I will put the link to the blog post below, there are instructions there about how to enter for the drawing. I'm going to give away all three. Okie dokie. And I'll have instructions in the blog post as to let me know, do you want to enter to win a large one or a small one? I'm giving away two smalls and one large. Okay, and you can enter to win both if you'd like. If you're not too picky about which size you'd like, go ahead and enter one time for each. But I'll have all the instructions in the blog post, because to be honest, I haven't set that up yet. I'm recording this really, really fast because Liam's being quiet. So I'm going to get this set up, look in the description box down below for the link to the blog post, and just follow the instructions there. And let's say, let's see, today is the 18th, tomorrow's the 19th, the 20th. Let's leave it open till the 28th. That's just easier in my head. So the drawing will close 28th. February 28th will be the last day for the drawing, midnight Central Time in the United States. Okay, so go to the blog post, follow the directions, and I'm just gonna show you really fast how I happen to be using it, okay? You guys have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, we're gonna give this a shot. I am still trying to get used to the face down recording on the camera. So I had it down when I was using the iPad and the phone, but this has such better quality video coming out of it. So I am going to try. Okay, so here is what I have going on. I'm going to show you mine. Here's how I'm using these pages. Let me flip this around. Okay, so here is the DIYFish MTN inserts that are the LM-Hyperdex DO1P page. Okay, now usually what I was doing before that I stopped doing, which has helped tremendously that I stopped doing it, was I was going through and filling these out for the whole week. You see how I've left today blank instead? That is what I changed, because there was really no... What would happen is I would have the schedule down all filled in, and then something would change. Now, number one, I use colored pencils. They erase to an extent, but not fully. Okay, so there was the issue of things changing, like snow days and whatnot, and the day would end up looking completely different than what I had on paper, and I couldn't really fix it. Secondly, and kind of hand in hand with that, is the fact that I use this to track my time. I've, you know, ever since I started doing something, a visual, if you go back and look through my videos over the summer, that was when I started using like the artist circle, you know, something similar to this, and then I went to this to track my time. I like having a focused kind of activity toward the end of the day. Doesn't take me 5 minutes to do it, to look back and fill it in and see how I spent my time. It makes it really easy when you're going back through archived pages to see what days were different, because a lot of my days look exactly the same. You know, this is, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this was yesterday. So this in here, the red is all Mike. Okay, and this can change, especially this is hockey practice, so that's pretty much the same, but this is his time at the office. This can change, okay? This is the boys being in school. We have one who graduates this semester, so he doesn't have a full schedule, so I pick him up at 2, I pick Jack up right after that, but Clayton and Hunter are still in school and not off the bus until like 4 and 4:20 or so. So this can change. If they don't have school, this changes. Last night Dakota had to work, so there's where he had to work. If he had a night at the gym, that would be marked in here, but then let's say he decided not to go. There's all kinds of things that can happen in here that I have it all filled in, and I was kind of using it counterintuitively to how I wanted to use it. Typical me and my brain. So now what I'm doing is, I'm going to zoom back out a bit. I wasn't using this column at all, and it was driving me crazy because I just wasn't using it. So what I've done is, this is where I fill in what the schedule is supposed to be. So all the red is Mike. This is, you know, dropping Jack off at school, picking Dakota up, picking Jack up, and this was last night, so Dakota had to work and I had to pick him up. The given schedule, what the schedule is supposed to be for the day, is what I put over here. So I can see at a really quick glance, if I go back through my pages, if this and this vary greatly, then I can see in an instant, okay, that was a day that things really didn't go as planned. A lot of times when things don't go as planned, you know, it could be something really important. If it was something really important, I would have marked it down. Whatever that thing may be, if I have to go back through my planner pages and find it, if I haven't indexed it for some reason, I'm going to be able to see really quickly the days that the given schedule, what it's supposed to be, are different or is different than what actually happened that day. Does that make sense? And I would sit down and fill out my portion of it at the end of the day anyway, because, you know, I would have my tasks, anything I have to be at a certain time goes over here. So I would go back at the end of the day and fill in my portion, but invariably it'd end up being a mess because this stuff might change. The boys and Mike's stuff might change. So I will show you a couple of these. Let's look at last week a little bit. So here was the given schedule. Liam was sick. And then here's what the day actually looked like. So had I filled in any of my stuff in advance, it would have all been wrong because Liam was sick. So I had to change a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do. See how that ends up filled in? I love it. I love that I can see everything in one quick glimpse, and it gives me a focused kind of activity at the end of the day. And like I said, it doesn't take me more than 5 minutes, but it really helps me to focus on looking back at my day. What did I get done? What did I not get done? And that is another biggie for me. It helps me to see any tasks that may have fallen through the cracks so that I remember to carry them forward, because I will forget to carry them forward. Okay, so that is how the LM-Hyperdex works. Now, Marianne Mall has a great video about filling this in. If you guys want to see how I fill it in, let me know. It's pretty self-explanatory. The nice thing about it is there are a lot of rings, but it's a 24-hour clock. So you can divide it up however you'd like as far as, you know, whose stuff you keep on there. But, you know, keeping track of what's where, it's a 24-hour clock. So once I got used to this being midnight and this being noon, I stopped filling in the AM and PM backwards. I did that at first. So I just cover up half of it with a Post-it note. I talk about that in my first video about this. But, you know, your color coding, you can use whatever you want. That's why I like using colored pencils, because I can get a ton of different colors. They do erase to a point, but it's really basic. You just, let's say from, you know, 8 to 10 this morning, I worked on the blog. I would fill in from 8 to 10 in my little ring. I'd fill it in pink because that's the color I use to indicate the blog. That's all I do for everybody. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit more up close. Here are the stamps. So if you don't want to do pre-printed pages, let me move this out of the way. These are the stamps that Fish and Marianne have made available. I have 2 small ones, so I'm going to set one aside, but they are exactly the same, so you're not missing anything there. Okay, so here's the large one. This comes out to be the same size as what is on my pages. This is the small one. Okay, so difference being obviously size. The diameter in the center of them is the same. I'm trying to stay in the middle of the frame, you guys, but I have to reach around the tripod to do it. I'll get used to it. Okay, so the diameter in the center is the same, and it looks to me at least like the rings are pretty much the same width, but this one has 3 sets of concentric circles, and they're each actually divided in half. So you actually have 6 concentric circles. This one you have 2 concentric circles that are each divided in half, so it's actually inside there, it's 4 concentric circles. They're both a 24-hour clock. They both run from 12 all the way around back to 12 again. Okay, so those are the differences between the two. So like I said, I'm going to set up the blog post for this. I'm going to set it up with Rafflecopter, so it'll be really easy to enter. If you don't have a preference as far as the large or the small, you would just like to enter to win at least one of them, enter to win both. There'll be 2 separate things, one for the large, one for the small. I'm giving away 3 total because I do have 2 smalls available. Okay, so go to the blog, it's carrieharling.com, and I'll put the link down below so you guys, sorry, earthquake, I'll put the link down below so you guys can see it. Okay, thank you so much. Go enter, and you guys have a fantastic afternoon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.